What about now? Can you hear me? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, the mic was muted. Is it too loud? Yeah, you're supposed to hear the music. That's just background. I can turn it down a little bit. Okay, how's everybody doing? It's Saturday night. Saturday night is quite all right. Come on in and party with us. How's everybody's evening doing? Hello, Barbara. Hello, Rochelle. And Edith too. And Agatha. And Night Owl. And Selena. And Niall. Welcome, welcome. Sam. Good to see you all here. The music is a bit loud. Or maybe I can turn it down here. Is that better? We'll get this all figured out. This is a new setup for me, so. Ooh, chicken thighs. That sounds good. I had my usual burger patty for dinner. All right, maybe I can turn my mic up a little bit. All right, let me know if this is better. Well, I would do everything I can to help you stay awake, Darla. So I'm going to give you some homework. How about you count to 5,000? Count to 5,000, and then when you're done with that, count to 20,000, and you will not go to sleep. Kale salad? Why would you have kale salad? Veggie burritos with pumpkin and sunflower seeds. I've never heard of that before. That sounds, I don't know what to say. Veggie burritos with pumpkin and sunflower seeds. Is that a cultural thing, or is that something you just throw together? So what's everybody up to this evening? You guys got plans, or are you just bored or lonely like me and getting online and saying hi to some people? So I do have a topic to talk about tonight. Talking about cheat meals. So that'll be on the docket. We'll talk about cheat meals tonight. Maybe get some opinions from you guys. But I've been learning a lot more about cheat meals, whether or not they're good for your diet or whether they sabotage your diet. So that'll be a topic of conversation for tonight. I keep trying to think of good conversations that we can have, some topics. I might write a list down of some things. I was even thinking about doing a YouTube short on cheat meals, but there's only so many things you can talk about, right? Well, I haven't eaten dinner yet, but I'll probably be quesadillas. Oh, I love quesadillas. I wish they made tortillas that had zero carbs in them. And I know they have low carb tortillas, but none that are zero carbs. Because I love tortillas. They're like one of my favorite things on earth. Like you can make burritos out of them, you can make quesadillas out of them. I love breakfast burritos. That's one of my favorite foods. Got home from work, a little sore, was a busy day, and I'm just staying cozy and warm in bed tonight. That sounds like a great night, Sam. I hope you get some good rest and you feel better tomorrow and you're not so sore. What do you do? What do you do for work? I'm still up 3 pounds of the 8 for my just cheat day Monday. You guys wouldn't believe it. If you saw my weigh-in video and I was 530 pounds, how many of you saw my weigh-in video and I was 530 pounds? Just say yes. So I know if you saw it. So I decided I was going to stay strict on my diet, that I was absolutely not going to cheat on my diet because I've been finding out that I've been sabotaging my diet a little bit with eating extra carbs and cheating and not sticking straight on it. And that was like 3 days ago when I had my weigh-in, 530 pounds. This morning I was 522 pounds. So I've lost 8 pounds in like 3 days, sticking straight with my diet. So that makes me angry and happy at the same time. Like I'm really excited that I'm finally like losing a good amount of weight, but it makes me frustrated that I could have been doing this from the beginning. And I could have been down 100 pounds by now if I really stuck with it and didn't give in and cheat. But that's sort of why I want to talk about cheat meals tonight. Are they good for you? Do they help you on your diet, or do they sabotage your diet? And I'm starting to really think that cheat meals sabotage my diet. Um, I was sort of in the bandwagon that cheat meals are good. They help pep you up. They give you something to look forward to, because if you just sort of cut everything good out of your diet and you only eat strict, you're just gonna lose momentum because it's hard to go strict. And so I always used to say, okay, you can have one cheat meal, and I've said it in many other videos. You can have a cheat meal. Cheat meals are fine. And now I'm starting to think, no, they're not. I work in a vet clinic. For some reason, all the 100-pound dogs decided to come in today. They were all good boys, though. That's good that they were good boys. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the love. But 8 pounds in 3 days. Like, wow. Like, I could have been so much further along than I am right now if I had just did not have any cheat days. But I was really craving pizza tonight. I told my friend, I actually called him up because I needed some support. I'm like, I'm craving pizza, help me out. But I didn't really eat very much today, so I was just hungry in general. And so when you get hungry, I start thinking about, oh, I'm really thinking about pizza. And then I watched that pizza review guy, Dave Portnoy, on YouTube. And so that really cranks me up for some pizza. And I told my friend, I'm like, I need to stop watching the pizza reviews because then I crave pizza. And then I'm like, I'm just going to go eat my regular burger patty. And then I'm going to start feeling a lot better. And I did. I got full just from that burger patty. And so I didn't crave pizza anymore. So, did you try any medications before surgery? I did not. I don't really believe in medications helping with weight loss. I mean, there's some that might help control your blood sugar, and that might help take some weight off. Or there's water pills that might take some water weight off, or things like that. There's one I tried when I was much younger that just sort of helped remove fat from your system, like it just passed through. And so if you ended up eating a lot of fat, you got really, really sick and had some really bad diarrhea. I'm sorry if you're eating, but I forgot what it was called. And so that, I think they said that could help, take off an extra pound or two in a month or whatever. But I really don't think that there's any pill out there that's going to be a magic pill, because I was looking at some of them. There are some new things coming out, but one, the side effects were more dangerous than, like, I don't remember what it was, but there was just something about them that they caused some sort of disease or something, that there was a high risk of that. And two, as soon as you stop taking that medication, your weight goes right back up. So there are many people that, yeah, I lost a bunch of weight on this drug, but as soon as I stopped taking it, I gained the weight back. Um, so, instead of being confined to a drug my entire life that I'd have to take, and I am horrible at remembering to take medications, I just decided that I was going to cut it all off. And, surgery would be a better tool for me, because I really needed to restrict my eating and I needed some help with that. And even though I can in the future stretch my stomach back out if I'm not careful, I felt this sort of gave me the opportunity to stay strict and just learn a new way of eating. Like, I needed a reset is what I needed, and I got that with surgery. Water retention is bad for my lipedema too, so I try to only cheat like once a month, but I always feel bad after. I do a cheat meal once a week, but I make sure that I don't exceed my daily calorie limit, and if I do, I remember 100 calories, unless it's vacation or my birthday. Yeah, there's something nice about a cheat day, because if you're going strict and you think, oh, wow, Friday is coming, that's my cheat day. But I also think of that too as like you're still emotionally connected to food because you're excited about a cheat day. You're excited about overdoing it. And so, if you're really trying to fight an addiction that you have to food, it's not good to say, I can indulge on this one day. Because it's like, oh, I can smoke crack on this one day. I'm done smoking crack. I've overcome my addiction. But what do you think is going to happen when you get that little taste? Do you think you're really going to be done? And I've really noticed that throughout my entire life, having cheat meals, trying to succeed on my diet, like that little taste, that little hit of whatever, just brings me back into the same food addiction that I had before. Brought me into, okay, well, the next day I will do better, and then I don't do better because I'm still sort of reeling from the sugar. Then I have to start all over again with getting sugar out of my system and feeling better. And so, there's long-term impacts from cheat meals. And you can gain 5, 10, 15 pounds of water weight from a single cheat meal. And so like every gram of carbs, I think, is like 2 or 3 grams of water, something like that, that your body holds on to. And so, my weight loss has been very, very slowed. And people have been cheering me on and say, wow, 14 pounds was great last month. But I think the more honest answer is I could have lost 50 pounds last month if I really, really stuck to it, if I really did not cheat. And so you could start to see the impact. Even though I'm eating very, very little, most days I'm eating between 700 and 1,000 calories. Like, those cheat meals really slowed down my metabolism, really slowed down my weight loss, is what I meant, not my metabolism. But I'm starting to think that cheat meals are just giving us an excuse to run back to our bad ways of eating. And then when we find ourselves doing that, we're like right back into how we were before, because it's like, oh, I remember now how good this food felt when I ate it. I remember the pleasure that it gave me. And it's so much harder to overcome your diet, and then you're going to want to have a cheat meal much sooner than that. And so I'm really learning that if you're going to diet, you have to think of it as a lifestyle change. Like, you're going to rehab, you are changing your life. You are realizing that you had a toxic relationship with this thing and you don't want anything to do with it again. Like, you have to decide that you don't want anything to do with it, and you're going to have to move forward from it. And you can have a day where you eat a little more than normal, but you don't have to indulge in like fast food. You don't have to order a pizza and eat most of it. You don't have to really, really just give in to all of your urges, and because that still perpetuates that emotional connection you had to food. You feel like you need it. You feel like that you deserve it. And then before you know it, you are just right back off your diet and eating the way that you did before. Okay. Let me catch up here with the chat. You lost and I gained 3 pounds and ate Mexican and had a margarita. It's funny, I have the opposite effect. I watch people eat because it helps me not eat the food. The problem with medication is the minute you stop taking it, the hunger and often the weight comes right back. Yeah, that's the way it is. Like, if you're going to lose weight, there's not a medication that's going to really be successful. There's not a magic tool. There's not a specific thing that's going to help you. You're going to have to decide that you want to change your whole lifestyle. And you do it slowly, you do it moderately, you take your time, you learn about the diet that you want to do, and then you decide if you can handle it. You talk to people who've been on that diet. So I've been advocating that you take your time, you go slow, you learn about the diet, you start taking little things out of your diet and start replacing it with other things, and you take your time to adjust to it, and then you realize it's an entire lifestyle change. So it's like if you smoke cigarettes and you're trying to quit smoking, well, you're probably always going to crave cigarettes for the rest of your life, right? That's just always going to be there. But if you say, okay, I could have a cigarette on Friday, that'll be my cheap cigarette. It's like, do you really think you're going to stop beyond that? Or once you get that hit, you remember how good it felt. You remember how it tastes. You remember how it felt in your fingers. It's like, that you're going to go back to smoking, and all it takes is that one little thing. So that's probably why a lot of people fail on their diets, is not only do they cut everything off immediately and then jump right back into, say, hey, I'm going to cut everything off today. It's Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. Tomorrow I'm going to start my new diet. And I'm going to clean out all the fridge. I'm going to clean out the freezer. I'm going to clean out the cupboards and get all the bad stuff out of there. And I'm just going to go strict tomorrow. Well, that only leads to binging, because you didn't prepare yourself for the side effect, for the withdrawal, for the issue of just suddenly cutting your body off from all the things that you were eating before. And so it's almost impossible to go cold turkey. Just like with smoking, you got to cut back on your cigarettes. Like, say you smoke a pack a day, we'll smoke 2 cigarettes less the next day. Give it a week, maybe cut a few more cigarettes out. Give it another week, cut 3 or 4 cigarettes out. So dieting is that same way. You have to sort of take your time, cut little things out of it. And then as you go, it'll get easier and easier. You'll get adjusted to eating less and eating less, just like you would get used to smoking less and smoking less. All right. That's exactly why I had the surgery too. It has given me the time to relearn nutrition. Been a year and a half, and I'm still learning new things about nutrition all the time. Yeah, I'm definitely learning new things. I'm excited about my future and the things I'm learning. Just like this week, I learned about cheat meals. Like I always gave myself that out, that I could always have that cheat, and it would be no problem to go to my friend's house and just eat and whatever, have my carbs. But it really, really slowed down my weight loss. And if you're someone who can handle it, fine, do it. But I'm telling you, I'm really learning that there's no benefit to cheat meals whatsoever. And I might make another video about this later. I was just reading a study on it that said that there's no scientific evidence that cheat meals help you stay on your diet. In fact, they sort of tempt you to get off your diet. How are cravings different with people who have had gastric bypass at higher weights? I had the sleeve surgery, so I don't know about bypass. My doctor still wants me to get the bypass. So his plan for me, pardon me, my back's hurting, so getting a little uncomfortable. He told me he wanted to do the sleeve first, and then he wanted to do the bypass after I lost some weight. But I don't think I'm going to do the bypass. I think I'm going to stick right where I'm at. But if I do get into a place in the future where I'm just really, really struggling and I'm not losing weight and whatever, I might do the bypass. But as of right now, I don't want to go through this whole surgery process again. I mean, it's several months of, changing your diet and having a liquid diet and then a puree diet and the pain and misery. Like it was a bad experience. And I'm not trying to scare anybody away from weight loss surgery if that's what you want to do. It really helps. It's really good. Once you get past that first month, you're back to normal pretty much. So it's really just, getting through that first month and it's much easier. But I don't think cravings have changed since I've had weight loss surgery. I still crave the same things. Like today, I was craving pizza. I still crave burgers. I still crave whatever. Um, but what it helps do is, like today, I was craving pizza and I was tempted to order it, but I didn't order any pizza. Not only am I broke, but I couldn't afford pizza. But even if I did order some, like I knew I was going to throw my diet out of whack. But I would only have half a piece before I was full. And so that'd be a waste of pizza, right? That'd be a waste of money, a waste of pizza, and I'd be completely full. So, what I decided to do instead, okay, I'm going to eat my normal diet. I'm going to have my hamburger patty, and that filled me up like crazy. And so when you get filled up like that, you're like, oh, I'm not even hungry anymore. Like those cravings are gone. So yeah, when you're hungry, you're going to have those cravings. You're going to want that food. I still crave Taco Bell. I still crave fast food and pizza and all that stuff. But it's easier to overcome because you could just eat something else, something healthier, and you get filled right up, and then you're just not hungry anymore. I had my gastric bypass a month ago, and the cravings disappeared. Okay, that didn't happen with me. I still felt a lot of that head hunger. And I still crave certain foods, and it was hard to watch commercials because watching the commercials were hell on me right after surgery. Let me catch up with the comments here. Yep, 1 gram of carbs is 3 to 4 grams of water. Yeah, so you could easily, if you have a big 200, 300, 400 gram of carb day, like you're putting on a lot of pounds worth of water. And the bigger you are, the more water weight you're able to hold. Like it was weird to me that I saw my sister and her family at Christmas. Like I spent Christmas over there, and it was 2 weeks later. My sister came over and brought my nieces over to hang out with me for a few hours. And when she saw me, she goes, wow, you look like you lost a lot of weight. And the scale barely moved. I was still struggling with the scale. And then that Sunday when I went to church, one of my friends was like, is that you, Tony? Like he was literally flabbergasted. And I was talking to him about it later. I'm like, were you really shocked to see me? Like I didn't think I lost a lot of weight. The scale didn't hardly move. He goes, you look like you're half as big as you were before. So I don't know what it was. I honestly don't. But it seemed like I lost a lot of fat. But I had put on a lot of water weight because at New Year's I went to my friend's house and we kind of, I don't want to say binge, but I had my cheat day, and then a few weekends later, I did it again. We were watching, playoff football and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just weird how I probably gained a lot of weight water weight, but and the scale didn't move, and even gained weight at times, but I was still losing fat, and people were still noticing my fat loss. And they were saying that I was much, much smaller than I was before. So it's really crazy how it works. I actually don't know what I weigh right now. I know, like I said, the scale said two, no, sorry, it said 522 this morning. So I don't know if I actually weigh less than that, but I'm still getting some of that water weight off. I don't know if that's an accurate reading or not. So that's the thing. I'm just gonna have to get through it. But it's been well over a week since I last binged. Probably almost 2 weeks. Yeah, it was probably, was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend I was at my friend's house. So yeah, it's been a week since I binged. Or not binged, but had my cheat day. So I'm really thinking that all the water weight that I had on is probably gone by now. But so the 522 is probably an accurate reading, but I don't know how long it takes to get all the water weight out. Yes, please hit the like button down below. And if you're watching right now, just a reminder, we have in my About section, we have 4 different links. One link is to my Facebook page. If you want to join there, that would be awesome. I just sort of share my videos over there. So if you're not always paying attention to YouTube, Facebook is a great way of seeing that I posted new videos. I have a link to my PayPal. It was requested that I also get a Cash App or something like that. People seem to be wanting to financially support the channel. So you can send money to my PayPal. You can leave a super chat. You can wait till I do a Cash App, whatever. That's up to you. God bless you for giving and helping support the channel. There's a link to my email. It's bigtbariatric@gmail.com. So if you want to send me a video request that you want me to react to, you can email it to me. Just send the link from YouTube, and I'll try to get to it the best I can. And then there's a link to our Discord channel. We have like over 40 people now in our Discord. It's really growing. There's a lot more people interacting now in there. So if you want to be a part of our community, you can join our Discord. And we're talking about diets, we're talking about exercise, we're giving each other support and accountability. And so our Discord is the place where you can stay in touch with me throughout the week. And we have fun with it with one another, and we joke and talk about all sorts of different things. So if you want to join our community, do that down below. And if you could do me also a favor, share my videos, like this chat, whatever, to help get the word out about my channel. I'm like, I don't know how many people I'm away now from 2,000 subscribers, but I'm pretty close. I was thinking I might hit it by this chat tonight, but it didn't happen. Um, so maybe by tomorrow we'll hit 2,000 subscribers, and I'm very thankful for all the support, all the love that you guys have given me. You've helped me out so much. I've learned a lot from you guys, and it's really helped me continue losing weight, which is exactly why I started this channel, because I thought that I can get a lot of motivation from you guys, and I was right about that. You guys have motivated me to continue, and you've helped me learn a lot. And judging by the comments I get, I helped you guys out as well. You guys have learned a lot from me, and I really appreciate it, and I'm so thankful for all of you. So let me get back to the comments here. I'm lucky I was never a binge eater. I just ate out like twice a day and then ate convenience food, not realizing how many calories it all was. One meal at a fast food place can easily be 1,000 calories. One meal at fast food is literally an entire day's worth of food, especially if you get the large sizes. Like a large soda is 500-600 calories. A regular hamburger is 400, 500, 600 calories, depending on the type of burger you get. If you had bacon, if you had cheese, that really adds it on there. A large fry is 500 or 600 calories, so you're really pushing 1,500 to 2,000 calories when you eat out. And that's how I gained a lot of my weight after my dad died. Like, I was so depressed, and I got a lot of money after he passed. And so, like, a lot of that money, like, I was young, I was stupid, I didn't know anything about budgeting or anything like I do now. Like, you're 20 years old and you get $70,000. It's like, what do you do? I mean, I didn't know what to do with it. So a lot of it was wasted on my food addiction because I was so distraught, I was so distressed, I was in pain, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was sort of zoned out. Like I was going through PTSD because my dad was crushed to death in a work accident. And so I didn't know what to do. And I was scared to go outside. I was scared to do anything. And so I just ordered a lot of food and I stayed at my house. And, um, and that's what I ate 3 times a day. I'd get McDonald's. McDonald's breakfast was my favorite. And then I'd maybe go to Burger King or something for lunch, and then I'd order pizza for dinner, or just constant fast food 3 times a day. And I drink probably 2 liters of Coke or a 2 liter root beer or something, and just that's how I lived every single day. Just not even living. I was like phased out. I didn't even realize what I was doing, and I just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was always big, but I gained like 300 pounds in like a year or 2 years, probably closer to 2 years. But it was crazy, man. I totally regret that time. And I've lost and gained weight over the years. I do a successful diet. I'd lose a good 100 pounds, and then I'd gain it back plus more. I'd lose another 100 pounds, gain it back, and just back and forth, back and forth. And so that's a lot of the struggle that I went through. Um, just trying to lose weight. And then of course as I got older and bigger, I started having health issues. And I was like, you know what, I'm tired of struggling, yo-yo dieting and just nothing working. And I really need a tool. I need something to help me out. And really, when you go through weight loss, the bariatric program, you know they'll help counsel you, they'll help you work on your food addiction, and just they're there to help take care of every component of weight loss so that you're more successful after surgery. So they know the things that will, keep you from losing weight. And so they try to help you with that. Don't be so hard on yourself, Tony. Well, thank you, Barbara. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Miss Zalen. Zalem, is that how you say your name? Hi, Caroline. Hi, Nia. I've been low carb, low to no sugar for a while, taking care of a diabetic mom. That'll really help you lose some weight. Stay doing that even after you're done taking care of your mom. I don't know if you'll um, continue doing that diet for the rest of your life. It's very difficult, but I would recommend it because that's how you're gonna keep the weight off. I mean, really, it's sugar. It comes down to sugar, and carbs turn to sugar. So, um, yeah, that's just one of those things. With my restrictions, a cheat meal doesn't make much difference. I can't eat much of it. Yeah, that's the thing. Even with me, like, I didn't think I was doing too bad because when I would go to my friend's house and cheat, like, I still couldn't eat very much. He was actually surprised and shocked by how little that I ate. And so I'm talking about 2 to 3 tater tots wrapped in bacon. Like, it wasn't this huge meal, it was like 2 little tater tots. And I was full. One time we had pizza, I think on New Year's Eve we had pizza. I had one piece of pizza and I couldn't even eat that. We had a little bowl of chili, like a little bit of chili. We had some chips and dip, like literally a handful of chips, and I couldn't even finish it. So it's probably more of a like snacking throughout the day. I'd have my little bit, maybe an hour later, I'd have a little bit more. Half an hour later, I'd grab a couple more chips, something like that. Like it was just kind of where now I eat 2 times a day. And where then I was eating every half hour to an hour. And so, that's probably where the trouble came in for me. My biggest vice was the soda, though, which I've been working to give up. Still drink diet or sparkling water sometimes, but I really try to avoid the ones with caffeine. That's the thing with weight loss surgery is you can never have soda ever again because the carbonation will cause all kinds of pain. But if you're still stuck with soda, even though diet soda is not healthy for you and aspartame is a poison, it's better than drinking sugared soda. So really, if you're trying to lose weight and get healthy, that's one of the things that you should try to get out of your life. if you can start cutting down one soda at a time and just sort of take your time to get rid of it from your diet, you'll feel a lot better. And you'll get to the point where even diet soda tastes super sweet to you. Like it'll taste gross to you. Excuse me, my long hair causes my headphones to slip off my head there. But yeah, I mean, once you stop drinking soda, you don't even crave it anymore. And if you do happen to have the occasional one, it'll be too sweet for you. You won't even like it anymore. Just getting here to listen while I drive. Well, hello, Caroline. I hope you're paying attention to the wheel and the road, not just the wheel. You also need to watch the road. I'll buy just one more pack and then no more smokes. Yep. I've told myself plenty of times that. I'm just gonna have one more Ben and Jerry's. I'm just gonna have one more pizza. I'm just gonna have one more donut and I'm done. And that didn't work out, right? Check something here. I see how many subscribers I have right now. I'm hoping to hit 2,000 tonight, but I'm not sure. It was going fast this morning, but it really slowed down this afternoon. Because the video I posted today was one of my highest videos. Like, it's still ranked number one in views out of all my others in terms of how well it's doing. But I'm at 1978, so got like 22 more to go, so I probably won't reach that tonight, which is fine. Same here, Darla. Only with my grandmother, she relapsed on her addiction to lint truffles and had to go to the hospital for, I think, 500 blood sugar readings. Scared me half to death. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Those lint truffles are good, but not worth having to go to the hospital for. Man. A lot of people are struggling with the weekend. Yeah, weekends can be very tough to stick with your diet. It can. Did you have any classes before having gastric bypass? I did mine through Kaiser to prepare the class mentally for the changes that are to come. Told us to stop so many things. We did have like 2 Zoom classes, and they were fine. She just kind of went through a slideshow and just talked about what you can do, what you can't do, this and that. And so I don't think it was that in depth, but they did give us a booklet too to help us. So we know what stage of the diet we're on because there are like 4 different stages. Liquid diet, puree stage, soft foods, and then the normal diet. So each phase had its own section, and so we got to see what we can eat, what we can't eat, and stuff like that. But yeah, there were like 2 classes. Yeah, thanks. That was the hardest part of my life, is just losing my dad that way. Like, it was so traumatic. Just being crushed to death. I mean, at least for him, like it killed him instantly, but um, that just changed my life forever. Well, I'll get back to you when I complete it, though. I'm only like a third of the way through it. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Yeah, Andrea, losing my dad really broke up the family too, because we were very close knit on my dad's side, but after he died, like it wasn't the same. It was I haven't seen my grandpa but maybe twice, and since that happened, I haven't seen my cousins or my uncles or anybody on that side of the family. So it's just Very, very difficult. It's like you lose the glue of the family, and then when my grandma died a few years after that, that just sort of added to that. So that was really the last time I've seen my family. I didn't do the therapy after surgery. They only made me do it before to make sure I wouldn't be clinically depressed. Yeah, my program had therapy. Um, yeah, because they definitely have to approve you to make sure you're not going to be some crazy binge eater afterwards and kill yourself. Losing a parent is difficult, and rough at any age. Yes, it is. I'm so glad you came out of that dark place, Tony. As someone in recovery myself, I can say firsthand one of the hardest things to do is to stop beating ourselves up for the past mistakes we can't change. That's true. I'm a very, like, I'm someone who's very much in the moment. I think part of that is my ADHD is I don't think too much about the past. I'm not thinking too much about the future, even though there's things I'm excited about in the future. But I'm like always living in the moment, like just what's going on right now. And I think that has been part of the challenge with me losing weight is because I've been concerned about how I feel right now. And I need my food right now. I need my comfort right now. And I'm not thinking about the consequences of it later. I'm in the moment. But having weight loss surgery has really helps me take care of that. I just turned the music down. I hope it wasn't too loud for you guys. I'm trying to find a happy medium here. Well, that's the problem. You can eat every hour if you want. I only eat after 9 for breakfast. Some kind of snack at 1 and dinner between 6 to 7. I have carbonated drinks. I just let it go flat. Okay. Yeah, I'll have my protein shake first thing when I wake up because it says you need to have protein. Like that's the thing you need to have in your system first. Um, and then maybe around 11 or 12, I'll have like 2 eggs or, the turkey stick. And then maybe an hour later, I'll have my second shake. And then I'll have dinner around 4 or 5. It'll be my hamburger patty. And then, or like a piece of fish or a couple of chicken tenders. That'll be my dinner. And then I just had my shake before I came live on here at 7:30. So um, I try to keep my last shake for the end of the day. So if I do get hungry at the end of the day, I don't have to eat anything. I could drink a shake. But I'm really wanting to cut down on those shakes because they're expensive as hell, man. They're like $60 per week is what I'm spending on those shakes because you get a pack of 4 and then you get 3 packs and that's $30 for 3 packs. And I order 2 of those and they last about a week, about 7 days worth of shakes for $60. So I can't afford that anymore. It's ridiculous, but they do help me out. It says 1.97 subs. Yeah, refreshing now. I'm at 1,979. Maybe on tomorrow's video, Sean will give me a shout out and help me get up to 2K. I'm kidding, Sean. Sean, good advice. I eat small amounts during the day, nothing large or fatty. Yep. Hey, Angela, good to see you. Thanks for joining. People don't talk enough about how much obesity and trauma are related. Yeah, when you watch My 600-Pound Life and you hear their stories and stuff like that, like almost every single one of them has a traumatic story to tell. I'm not saying that's going to be the case for every single person. Some people eat for different reasons, but a lot of them were molested or abused as kids or neglected. And I went through all that. I was mentally, physically, and sexually abused as a kid. And a lot of that abuse happened until I was in my 20s. Like my stepdad tried to kill me. Like I went through a lot of trauma throughout a lot of my years. And it's really impacted my life. And I'm only like just now, I feel like getting on my feet and learning what it's like to become a man and, you know, gain maturity and getting a head on my shoulders. And so Yeah, I was really like seemed like developmentally behind for a long time, and that's crazy what trauma can do, and people don't realize that. And so when you've been through that much pain and agony, like you're gonna find something. You're gonna try to find something that makes you comfortable. And for me, food was easy. You can go in the kitchen and sneak it, and it made you feel good, and so it was always available. Hey, Sean, I do something similar. I have alarms for my meal times and snacks. A little anal, I know, but it works for me. Protein shakes and vitamins are both super expensive. I spend like $100 a month on vitamins. My sister bought me like two big old things of bariatric fusion vitamins. They weren't too expensive, but I'm still on my second bottle. Like I just opened my second bottle since surgery. Um, and they're chalky. They're kind of like Tums, but they give me nausea when I eat them. So I'm supposed to have 4 a day, but I only have 2 a day. And I think it's okay because my shakes also have vitamins and minerals in them. So, but I'm gonna have to probably rely on those vitamins more if I do get rid of shakes. I'm just gonna have to find a way to get more protein in if I get the shakes out of my diet. Yeah, if you eat set times, you only eat in that window, it really helps me, and I don't make any exception. I honestly didn't do the shakes for like a month after surgery. Don't recommend doing that though. Yeah, I started the shakes right away, but I guess I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to wait like a week or something before I started them. I don't know about y'all, but checking my blood sugar is part of deciding when to eat. I haven't had to worry about that though. I drink Premier Protein from Sam's Club. I get 15 for 26, so they're kind of pricey. I usually only have one a day on days that I work. Yeah, I drink the Ensure Max Protein, and I get 12 for 30 bucks. So maybe Premier would be a little cheaper if I switched to that. I didn't really like Premier though. They had some like weird gunk in them that made me feel like I was drinking something slimy. So I tried Ensure and I was like, oh, these are better. Trauma leads to various addictions. That's true. Yeah. I mean, you don't always run to food. Maybe, a lot of kids and teenagers are doing drugs these days. Maybe they run to that or they join a gang or they find whatever makes them feel good. Maybe they start stealing somebody's pain pills or, whatever. Like once you find that addiction, you just carry it through and the consequences will catch up to you at some point though. Consider getting a blender, make your shakes a lot more healthy. It's still going to be expensive finding the protein. Like I'm only getting them for the protein mainly, and they're very low sugar, like 1 gram of sugar, 150 calories. So they're good in every way, all the vitamins and minerals I need, but they're just expensive. So sorry all those things happened to you, Tony. You seem like an excellent guy, and I hope life just gets better for you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. It is starting to get better for me. We have some things in common. Big T, I have trauma too. Stepdads. Yeah, he died. He died a few years ago, or maybe a year ago. Not even a year ago. And I hate to say it, but I wasn't sad. Like I know that sounds really bad, but he's actually my sister's father, and so she was really distraught. So I was there for her. I felt bad for her losing a dad because I know what it's like to lose a dad, but I was not too depressed when he died. He abused me. He used to watch me in the shower. He used to put cheese wrappers under my pillow, and then when my mom found him, she'd get mad and blame me for sneaking the cheese, and I'd get whipped for it and stuff like that. Like he was a mean, vicious, vindictive man, a narcissist too. I think he might have even been bipolar. Like he'd be your best friend one moment, and the next you're just fighting with him, and he's screaming in your face. I have trouble with blenders getting jammed up at the base. I have chosen the food processor. Those fusion ones are so gross to me, I can't do them. I try. Yeah, they are gross. I mean, I chose them because they have everything in one. I don't need an extra calcium supplement. I don't need an extra iron supplement or anything like that. It has everything that you need. Ages ago, I bought these books, Eat This, Not That, and it compared restaurant meals versus what you can make at home. It has recipes for smoothies, salad dressings. I guess I'll check that out, Darla. Premiere isn't that much cheaper. Not really. Maybe like $3 cheaper. Doesn't sound bad that you weren't sad. It makes perfect sense. I got protein powder at health food store. It was $22 for a huge jar. Lasted a long time. But did it taste good though? Did that protein powder taste good? Like I think that's what's as long as you're getting your protein in, I guess, and you're not gagging your protein shake down. But to me, these Ensures they don't taste bad. Like that's probably why I kept with them. What kind of carbs do you eat? Bread, pasta, bananas? Do you take iron supplement? Do you take calcium? I don't need any carbs right now. I just went through my diet, but I have like 2 eggs, or I might have like a turkey sausage link stick thing, and that'll be my what I eat in the first part of the day. And then for dinner, I'll have salmon. I'll have like 2 chicken tenders, or I'll have a hamburger patty. And usually I'll cook that up with like mushrooms and onions or something like that. I don't use oil or nothing. I use Pam spray. And so that's really what I eat. I don't eat any carbs. And since I decided I'm not going to have any more cheat meals ever, I can't say ever. There's probably going to be a time when I indulge, but um, I'm staying strict now, and I'm not going to indulge anytime near in the future. But I'm not going to have any carbs. I'm not going to reintroduce that into my diet right now. Um, as for my bariatric fusion vitamins, they have all the iron and everything in them. They have everything. That's why I selected those, is because they're complete. Like they have everything that you need. I should take more than I do though, but they just make me feel nauseous when I do eat them. So I can eat like two and then I feel sick. And then I keep thinking, well, maybe I should have two earlier in the day and two later in the day, but I forget, and it's just crazy. Checking my subscribers. Am I 2,000 yet? Nope, I'm at 1,981, so I got 19 more to go. Probably won't happen tonight, but maybe. We'll see. I have a good blender that has an ice crushing feature and a smoothie feature, Hamilton Beach. I don't know if they still make it or not. Okay. But my sister gave me a blender, but I ended up not using it, like, because I know I had to have like pureed food and stuff like that, but I just didn't need it. You have to do what works best for you. Sometimes convenience means you'll stick with it. That's true in some ways, but I think also if it's too convenient, that it make me lazy. I prefer to get my protein through food. I quit the protein drinks like 4 to 5 months out. Couldn't stand them anyway. I mean, I get a decent amount of protein through food, but after the surgery, like my serving sizes are much, much smaller. So I don't know if I can get enough protein through my diet. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at how much protein that I'm eating with my hamburger patties and chicken. And that's why they say people who have weight loss surgery are more susceptible to losing their hair. I haven't had any hair loss yet, but they say it's really the lack of protein and stuff early on after having that traumatic surgery. At about 4 months out, you start losing your hair. So I'm only 3 months out, so I'm hoping within the next month I don't start having my hair fall out, because I've been growing it out really long and it's taken all this time. So I'd hate to start losing it, which means I'd have to cut it or shave it or something. But yeah, I'm not currently tracking because I'm eating pretty much the same thing every day, and I know basically how many calories that is. It's still under 1,000 calories. Again, it's just 2 eggs and a hamburger patty, or 2 eggs and two chicken tenders, or turkey sausage, and so that's all I'm eating throughout the day. I know the mushrooms and onions I add in are barely anything, so it's less than 1,000 calories every day that I'm eating. Yeah, it would suck to lose hair. Not everybody does, but I think it's one of the biggest complaints about weight loss surgery from a lot of people is that they lost their hair. So I'm starting to see like some hair and stuff in places, but that's probably just normal because my mom is constantly shedding hair. She has really long hair, but she's not like going bald or nothing. She's just there's always hair everywhere, and it's from her. So I think it's just normal to kind of lose hair sometimes. Just every once in a while you have a hair, or when I brush it and there's a tangle or something, and then I brush really hard and there's a few hairs on the brush type thing. Yeah, I should probably retrack what I'm eating just to kind of get a better look at protein and nutrients and stuff, just so I know if I can get off the protein shakes. Even if I cut down to just 2 per day instead of 3 per day, that might help as well. Yeah, with the bypass, the teeth thing is more of a problem with the bypass than it is with the sleeve, because I still have part of a stomach and it still digests, but because I am eating a lot less foods, it's much harder. It passes through quicker too, so it's harder to get the nutrients from the food that you're eating because you have much smaller stomach. You're eating a lot less, and it passes through quicker. But if you have the bypass, it's even you don't even have a stomach. Like, um, yeah, it's just crazy. So there's a lot of people who have their teeth fall out and stuff like that after having the bypass because they're so neutrally nutritionally deficient. I use unsweetened Greek yogurt and smoothie and a tiny amount of peanut butter for protein. Probably not the best, but hey, I'm not perfect. I couldn't do unsweetened, man. I think it's gross. Probably because I'm just used to sugary things and sugary yogurt. So I went back to drinking or having eating unsweetened yogurt. I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to tolerate it too much. Yeah, that's the thing though. When you do lose your hair as a result of bariatric surgery, it does grow back. It's not like it's for the rest of your life you're going to have hair gone. It does come back. So 2 eggs and about 12-gram patty. A patty could be about 20-ish grams. Okay. It's a small patty though. We're not talking about a big, thick hamburger patty. Where it's like maybe that big. I don't know if you can tell, and it's very, very thin. So it's not even a lot of meat, but it filled me up when I had dinner, and I had some mushrooms and onions mixed in with it. It was good. If you're nauseous with those vitamins, please stop it. Sounds like you are super sensitive to ingredients. That might be it. I might be sensitive to the ingredients in it. They did tell me to try a different kind. Like there's pills now with all the vitamins in it, and they have like chewables and stuff like that. But I can't afford that right now. My sister bought me those vitamins to begin with, so I can't afford any other type. I'm gonna have to finish what I have. My friend has teeth issues. That's why I knew about it. But you're right. She had the R and Y bypass. Yeah, it's more problematic with the bypass than the sleeve surgery. Vitamin B and zinc are very nauseating, and it sucks because you may require those vitamins due to surgery. Yeah, those are part of the bariatric fusion. Let's see how much is in it. Vitamin B, there's B1, B2, B3, B15, no B6. So 29%, 31%, 33%, and then B1, there's 250%, and that's just in one tablet. So I'm supposed to take 4 of these a day. 4 of these a day are well over the percent of daily value. So I'm thinking that they think that even when I take these vitamins, that not even all of it is gonna like be absorbed into my system. So that's why they're doing like overkill with it. Like 2 of these vitamins for most of these should keep me pretty healthy, but they want me taking 4 of them. And sometimes you could just feel like, man, I just feel like I need some vitamins or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever feel that way? And sometimes I get like kind of yellowish under my eyes, and I think that's just from lack of vitamins or something. Not my eyes, it's not jaundice or nothing, but like under my eyes and a little over here, it can be a little yellow sometimes. It's gotten better, but I think that's just from lack of nutrition, maybe. I lost half my hair to hypothyroidism and it never grew back. I used a fiber cosmetic to cover those thin areas. I'm sorry to hear about that, middle of nowhere. As I've been getting older, like I don't have a bald spot, but my hairline is receding a little bit. And it just sucks when you get older. And I'm starting to notice gray hairs more and more frequently. So I'm getting to that age. I'm getting older. I'm not 19 anymore. I feel 19 mentally, but man, my body is just not cooperating as much as my brain is. You get the sweetness from the fresh fruit. I'm gonna stay away from fruit because it has sugar in it. So I guess I'm doing a form of keto now. You're lucky I got sick of people telling me how skinny I am. I don't know. I'd rather people tell me I'm skinny than tell me I'm fat. I love coming Greek yogurt and peanut butter too. It took me a while to get used to plain Greek yogurt, but now I can't stand the sweet. Berries are the lowest sugar fruit. Yeah, berries are okay on the keto diet sparingly. If you set up a Patreon or something, eventually you could use those funds to get the gummy vitamins. Yeah, I did set up a PayPal link so people can donate, and there's super chats, and so I did set up ways to donate. People were telling me to do that, and then nobody donated, which is fine. I'm not, going to pressure people to donate to the channel, but I did set those up. I also set up an email, so if people want to email me, have a conversation with me, maybe you want to discuss one of my videos you agree with or don't agree with. If you want to send me a request of something you want me to react to, you can email me at bigtbariatric@gmail.com. There is a link to my PayPal if you want to support the channel. I am thinking about creating memberships. I don't know if that would go over too well. I'm still very small, so I'm like feel weird about doing the money thing, but people keep telling me to do it. And there's a link to my Facebook page. So if you want to connect with me on Facebook, I do post my videos over there. So if you're not always over here on YouTube and you want to connect with me on Facebook, you can go there. And then there's a link to our Discord channel. We are building a community over there. We have over 40 members who have joined the Discord, and we're growing every day. And it's becoming more active. People are just talking about exercise, talking about diet, talking about all sorts of different things, just really holding each other accountable, giving each other support. There's mental health areas too. So if you need to vent or you're feeling lonely or something like that and you need some help and some support, go to our Discord channel. You can join it. It's 100% free. I'm never going to charge people to join our Discord. So we're just really building a community. And so, that's really the whole point of that. So go ahead and join. Send me an email, whatever you can do is awesome. We're here to support you as much as you've been here to support me. So I'm very thankful many of you are part of this community. Thank you very much, Middle of Nowhere. I really, really appreciate that very much. I'll definitely look at getting vitamins, gummy vitamins. I think at 2 months you are aiming for 60 grams of protein. I'm super sensitive to vitamins, so I take mine before bed, and that helps me out. Gummies are nice, but they add sugar and Yeah, I'm not going to do gummies. They have some called berry melts, I think, and there's some that are capsules, so you just swallow them, so you don't have to worry about the chalky taste and stuff. So, I mean, I just opened that bottle, so I'm probably gonna have to finish that bottle, and then after that, next, I will look at different types of vitamins. The Bariatric Fusion company that they have all kinds of different vitamins that you can take, but I didn't think the chalky ones were going to be bad, and because they were complete and I didn't need to add supplements to them, I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. But yeah, they just made me really, really nauseous. I understand people ask me, did I develop an eating disorder? No, I developed diabetes. Very true, Andrea. I use gummies. I adjust for the calories. It's not for everyone. I know I really like noodles. I just say I get it from my dad. Vitamins usually taste like crap. Real talk. That's true. They do taste like crap. Same here. It's just that I eat healthy and exercise daily, take care of the horses. I like yogurt and ice cream. When my grandma died on January 7th, I came home and ate 2 packs of noodles, and I felt sad, but I cried. She made the best cakes and cookies. Yeah, I feel really bad. I'm sorry that your grandma died. I don't. That was not too long ago. That was this month. I really feel for you, Autumn. It's tough when you lose a grandma because grandmas are special. And my grandma was a very good cook. She made the best goulash. She made awesome steak, and every year for Christmas, she made this Christmas casserole. It was a breakfast casserole, and it was amazing. I look forward to it every year. And we even had a bit on Thanksgiving because I was the only person that liked cranberry sauce in the family. So she always bought me a can specifically for me, but she would always forget to put it out. And so it became like this bit where she would always forget the cranberry sauce, and I'd like, Grandma, where's the cranberry sauce? And she'd act all shocked, like, oh, I didn't get any, and then she'd pull the can out, and it was always funny. But I miss my grandma terribly. Who remembers the Flintstones vitamins? I think those are still out because my nieces were taking them. Be careful of the keto diet as high ketones can do damage to your kidneys. I am type 1 diabetic and I have had problems with really high ketones and now deal with minor kidney damage. Yeah, keto is not the best diet. I mean, it's the best in terms of losing fat. Like you lose fat really, really quickly, but yeah, you can get kidney stones, you can get kidney issues from it. Every time I've done keto, I've gotten kidney stones. So I'm not sure how to do this because carbs make me gain weight, water weight, and it stalls my diet out. But I don't know how to not eat without carbs without doing the keto diet. So I don't know what to do with that. Maybe I'll have to do some more research on not doing full keto so I don't have any problems. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm still confused. I'm still learning about this whole process, and you guys are learning along with me. I don't have a gallbladder, so I never did the keto, but I do know that a lot of bariatric patients have done very well with it. Yeah, I mean, that's the diet Dr. Now puts on people who, he wants them to lose weight. Like it's a high protein, low carb diet. So it's not keto where they're eating a lot of fat, but it's still high protein and low carbs. And so that's really what I'm doing. It's high protein, low carbs. I'm not trying to eat a lot of fat or nothing. Um, but yeah, that you're going to lose the most weight doing something like that, where you're very very low in carbs and sugar. So I don't know if I'm in ketosis right now or not. Um, but I did have my gallbladder out too, and so I've always lost a lot of weight with keto. But after I had my gallbladder out, I struggled with it because your gallbladder stores bile, and the bile is concentrated and it helps break down fat and stuff like that. So if you are constantly using or eating fat with keto, and then you suddenly you lose that gallbladder, you're just going to struggle burning that fat off, and I ended up gaining weight with it. Thank you very much, Nia. I really appreciate the donation for the protein. I can't freaking wait to see your journey through. You can do this. We all can do this. Stay strong. I really appreciate that, Nia. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm going to do it this time. You guys are going to be so shocked at my next weigh-in. I've already lost 8 pounds in 4 days. So I don't know what it's going to say at the end of next month when I get to the 18th. It'll be this month. No, yeah, it'll be February 18th when I do my next weigh-in. I've already lost 8 pounds since my last weigh-in. Like, you guys are going to be shocked. And I'm going to be shocked. So, again, my goal is to get under 500 pounds by my birthday, February 27th. And at this rate, I'm going to be there. But I might do a special weigh-in video if I do hit that before the 18th. I don't know yet. But yeah, definitely. Good night, Sam. Thanks for joining. I hope you have a good dinner and a good night. Good on you. I hope you do also. My birthday is the day after your appointment. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Man, I love you guys so much because you keep cheering me on and telling me to keep going, and you're proud of me, and that just means so much to me to have that kind of support. That's a lot of the reason why I started this channel, is I knew that if I keep talking about these issues, that I couldn't be a hypocrite and then, turn around and keep eating badly. So I really think I learned a lot from the whole bariatric process, getting counseling, working on my emotional eating. Even though I did start going back to some carbs and stalling my diet out just a little bit, even though I continued to lose, you know, just this whole process has been completely different than anything I've ever done before. So I would highly recommend, even if you can't, or even if you don't want to get weight loss surgery, you could still get part of a bariatric program and have a dietitian help you figure out what you're eating wrong, how to make some better decisions. They'll give you a specific diet you can follow. They'll keep you accountable by weighing you every month. Excuse me. I'm burping up my shake now. I think somebody tried to call me. Let me check. But also, if you can, get help with psychological help, therapy, if you're addicted to food and you can't seem to overcome that, like, that's part of the program. And whatever help that you can get to help you through this process, like, you should do it. Like, there's been so many times I thought, I'm going to do this on my own. I got it. It's in the bag. I'm going to do it. And then I keep failing, 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 failing. I didn't become successful at it until I asked for help, until I got help with a dietitian, until I got help with, with, uh, with a therapist. And I was held accountable to myself. I had to get weighed in monthly. I had to meet my doctor's goals. I had to meet the insurance company's goals. Like, it was a difficult process, but I got through it, and it was much easier to do with that help. So even if you don't go through all that, maybe you can't afford it, maybe your insurance won't pay for it and all that, but get some friends together, get your family together, and just have a conversation and say, I need some accountability. I need you guys to cheer me on. I need you guys to not enable me. I need you to be there for me. Like, I called my friend Steve today when I was having pizza cravings. Like, it really helps to have somebody that you can call and say, I'm really struggling with these cravings. What should I do? Like, give me some encouragement. Help me keep going. And so I was able to avoid that pitfall of having pizza today because I had somebody to call and talk to. So this is not something you should try to do alone because you're more likely to fail. You're in this position because you just struggled with your own willpower and discipline, and now you're dealing with more than just, oh, I'm going to eat a salad and lose weight. No, you're dealing with psychological issues. You might be dealing with trauma. You might be dealing with health issues, incurable health issues, like maybe diabetes or something like that. Like, you need some professional help to get you through that. My biggest issue is that I'm a trained chef and I know how to cook all the good stuff. That's for sure. That's probably a very difficult thing. It's hard and it's a constant learning curve finding what works for you. It took me a little while before I found what worked for me. Yeah, that's true too. I I could be wrong, but I honestly think that any diet will work for you if it's a calorie deficit and if you stick with it. Like I was saying before, like a lot of people fail on their diet because they try to jump right in. They don't do their research on the diet. They try to cut everything out of their diet immediately, and then they end up binging and they end up failing, or they end up losing a lot of water weight at first, and then they get excited, but then when their weight stalls because their body tries to catch up to the water weight that they lost, like they end up getting discouraged. They're like, this diet's not working, the scale isn't moving, they demand immediate results. Like, I expect to lose 5 to 10 pounds, and oh, I only lost a pound this week, and I'm failing at this diet, it's not working. And so you really psych yourself out, and then you end up giving up on the diet. Well, anything's going to work. Slim fast diet, keto diet, Mediterranean diet, Weight Watchers diet, Jeannie Craig diet, like they all will work, but you have to work it. You have to keep going. You can't give up on it. You got to keep moving forward. You got to try to exercise. Like, it's all part of it. Maybe get some therapy, get some help with that. Be accountable to others. Get some support system around you. That's why I built the Discord channel. It's so that we can have support with one another. So if you're on a diet and you're struggling, join my Discord. We'll be glad to talk with you and to help you out. What is your favorite noodles before weight loss? I loved all noodles. But I guess I always craved like ramen type noodles. Um, those were always tasty. Of course, I didn't eat those a lot because they were so much sugar, not sugar, salt, so much salt and crap in them. Um, I like spaghetti noodles. I liked like chicken noodle soup type noodles, stuff like that. My mom would make good chicken noodle soup. I loved elbow macaroni, like in goulash and stuff like that. So I don't think I discriminated against any kind of noodle. My advice is to start with keeping up with your hydration. One way I can tell if my ketones are too high is frequent urination, and I vomited at times. Going through the health problems alone stalls me out. Yeah, I think now that I've gotten all the carbs out of my system and I'm dropping water, like I'm peeing more frequently, I'm also drinking 3 of these per day. This is 25 ounces of water, so I'm drinking about 75 ounces of water per day. Sometimes I try to drink 4, but I only really get 3 in. Because as limited as I am eating food, I'm also as limited drinking water because there's not as much room to drink so much. Um, so yeah, just drinking more water is really helping me flush out my system, and I'm not carrying very much water weight. Thanks, George. My friend George is watching. Hope you're having a good night, George. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. He said that my background now is better because it's like methane from the planet or the moon Titan. Methane geysers on Titan. Where my last one was all orange, so it was like hellfire and whatever. My doctor still can't figure out why I can't gain weight. Some people are just like that. My sister was like that. Like, we would always eat the same things growing up, and I'd always joke like we'd go upstairs and I'd still be like 2 pounds heavier, and she would have lost weight. Like, no matter what she ate like crap too. Like, we both did, and we always grew up in a household where it was cheap spaghetti, it was pizza, it was whatever carb you pick it, we ate it, and desserts and cookies, and we ate the same thing. And she would never gain weight, and I kept gaining weight. It was unfair. I got the wrong genes. Yeah, there's probably some metabolic disorder like that. Um, just keep testing, see different doctors. Maybe you'll figure it out. I'm gonna move up now because my back is starting to hurt. Forgive me. Oh, oh. I don't know if you've heard me talk about it before, but since losing all this weight, my biomechanics are off. So I've been having some back pain and like upper neck pain, like up in here, just hurts so bad. It's just probably I'm building muscle and doing a lot more and stuff like that. My advice is to start keeping up with your hydration. One way I can tell. Oh, I already read that. But definitely, I should drink more water. Like that'll keep me from getting any kind of kidney stones or anything like that. Your video comparing food addiction to drug addiction really hit home. Having a son that was an addict, practicing tough love was difficult but necessary. Yeah, it's all the same thing, really. It's all, and people don't seem to think of it as the same thing. But especially if you have ADHD like I do, because you have a lack of dopamine receptors in your brain if you have ADHD. So there's a comorbidity with addiction and ADHD. And for me, that was just food because I learned very early that, you know, if you have a lack of dopamine receptors, you're just going to want to crave things that make you happy, that sort of flood your brain with dopamine. And for me, that was food. For other people, that might be alcohol or drugs or whatever. So that's really what happens a lot of the time is, people grow up with trauma. Like me, I lost my dad. I was abused and stuff as a kid. And so that really messed me up for most of my childhood. And the only comfort I found was food. So I was always the big kid. I was always, you know, and just being bigger too, I was always picked on and made fun of at school. And, it's just really added to everything. Just my life was miserable until I became a Christian. And even then, like after my dad died, that's when it really ballooned up because I was in a state of PTSD. It was just really, really terrible. I've used spaghetti squash in place of pasta noodles. They're really good and not high in carbs. Yeah, I've done that before too. What I loved when I was doing keto is like butternut squash, and you can cut it up in like cubes or strips, and you can fry them, and they taste better than French fries to me. I love butternut squash when it's cut up. It's just hard to get the skin off of it and cut it up and stuff, but you have to clean it out almost like a pumpkin. But once you do and you cut it up and fry it up, oh, it's so good. Did you know that my 600-pound life patient's TLC doesn't pay for skin removal? Okay, that's interesting. I keep hearing conflicting reports. Like a lot of insurance companies consider skin removal as cosmetic unless it's medically necessary. So some do it, some don't. So I don't know if my insurance company would consider it medically necessary. I'm not looking forward to that because it's painful. It's very painful. Good night, Barbara. I hope you have a great night. Sleep well. We'll see you next time. It's about what you can maintain your whole life. That's it, man. I mean, if you're going to diet, you need to consider a lifestyle change and you need to take it seriously. You need to put time and effort into researching the diet you're going to do. You can adapt it slowly. You don't have to jump in 100% tomorrow. Take your time with it. Learn the pros and cons. Learn what works, what doesn't work, what helps you out, what doesn't. Jump on the scale. See how you're doing with it. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Get your vitamins in. It's going to take time, but it's a lifestyle change. And so I'm really finding out that having a cheat day, even a cheat meal, once a week even, has been sabotaging me. And so once I stopped doing that, I really dropped a lot of weight really quickly. I'm terrible at getting my water in. I used to be terrible at it too, but since having surgery, I just got to keep up on it. I can get really dehydrated really fast. The way I remember water is to get a glass every time I give the kitties treats. Okay. You must give your kitties a lot of treats then. I mean, you just really adapt to having a water bottle with you. The only time I don't get a lot of water is when I go to church because we're at church like 3 hours or so. And so I don't drink my water before and I wait till I get home from church. But maybe I should take my water bottle with me. Maybe that'll help me drink water. But yeah, I try to drink at least one of these um, by noon. And then from noon to dinner time, about noon to 4 or so, I'll drink another one. And then this is my third one of the day, and I'm almost finished with it. I might get another one um, here after this chat to keep me through the rest of the night. So I just kind of make sure I'm drinking my water throughout the day. I sip it, I don't gulp it. You can't gulp water after surgery. So that can be difficult this summer when it's really hot and I'm exercising and stuff. I can't gulp water. You have to drink it slowly still. And you can't eat 30 minutes, or you can't drink water or drink anything 30 minutes before or after eating after weight loss surgery because your stomach is much smaller, and if you drink water or anything after you eat, it like funnels the food through quicker, and then you don't really have the benefit of the nutrients from your food. And so you have to wait some time before and after eating to keep drinking. And my whole life, I've always had like a glass of milk or something with my meal. So I've always drank as I ate. So that's been a big change too, is just remembering not to eat, not to drink. I can't gulp, things like that. Thanks, George. I'm glad you can finally see the comments now. I just had a tummy tuck. My insurance covered it. But that's great. I'm just hoping that my insurance covers my skin removal. Was it very painful when you had your tummy tuck, Andrea? Does your sister remember Dora the Explorer? My sister? She's got 3 girls, so I'm sure she knows who Dora is. It should not be considered cosmetic surgery. It's important, especially if you've had weight loss surgery and you lost a lot of weight. And so if you have a lot of excess skin, you can get a lot of rashes and infections and stuff between the folds of your hanging skin. So yeah, I think in that situation they do consider it medically necessary. But still, some insurance companies do think it's a cosmetic thing and they won't approve it. So I'm really hoping and praying that mine gets approved. Again, I'm not looking forward to that part at all. Getting skin removed is scary, it's painful, and they're not going to do it all in one surgery. Like they might do one arm, one surgery, and then do the other arm the next surgery. Then you got 2 thighs with a lot of weight or a lot of skin hanging off. Then they have your abdomen, stuff like that. So it's going to take multiple surgeries to safely get it all off, and the risk of infections is higher and stuff like that. So I'm not looking forward to that part of it. But my body is now already looking like a deflating balloon. It's I already got skin hanging places, and it's hard for me to wear shirts now. I still have my really really big super big shirts, but sometimes my belly still hangs down below them, even though they're big on me and they're like a dress on me, because I still got a lot of skin and stuff in my belly that's hanging down, and I don't like my belly to hang down. I try to look a little classy. I have loose skin in the belly area, but I cover it with clothes. No more surgery for me if I can avoid it. Yeah, I don't want any more surgery, but after being almost 700 pounds, I think it's going to be necessary. I'm probably going to have as much as 50 pounds worth of skin, 25 to 50 pounds to have removed, I think. It was becoming a real problem even when I was trying to exercise. It moved and hung to the floor even when doing certain exercises. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. It's going to hang off me like crazy. If you saw the crew, you would know that the kitties never miss a meal. You'll see it if we are friends on Facebook. Okay. Yeah, that is very annoying and completely in the way to have stuff dangling. Yep. It is not cosmetic insurance companies are so sleazy. They are sleazy. Mustard is okay. I still do like sugar-free ketchup because I prefer ketchup, but they definitely recommend having mustard. Mayonnaise, like light mayonnaise, is okay. I will have that with my tuna sometimes. So mostly any of the condiments are fine as long as it's not full of sugar and crap in it. Mustard is life. Ketchup is life. Come on. Mustard. Psh. In your case, the surgery will probably become essential. Yeah, it probably will be. I eat mustard with horseradish. What is wrong with you, Andrea? Or Andrea, however you say your name. Is that pretty much Arby's sauce, like the horseradish sauce that they use? Like, is that mayonnaise and horseradish? If so, then that is good on sandwiches. I don't know what I was thinking when I just made fun of you for liking that, but if it's what I think it is, it does taste pretty good. Honey mustard is better, and ranch gross. Autumn, now I'm thinking something's wrong with you. You think ranch dressing is gross? Up here in the Midwest, it's a staple. Like they dip their pizza in it, they dip fries in it. Like everything is dipped in ranch up here. Where I grew up in Texas, like it was ketchup. Everything was ketchup. So when I moved up here to Michigan, everybody around me uses ranch for everything, but I'm still a ketchup fiend. But honey mustard is pretty good though. One thing I can't have though since surgery is raw vegetables because that can cause a lot of gas and bloating and pain. And I had one guy like really arguing with me about it. Like, you can eat raw vegetables. Like, you need to get those food phytonutrients or whatever. And I'm like, you can't have them after surgery. They can cause a lot of pain. He accused me of living in an alternate universe where vegetables were unhealthy and dangerous for you. And I was like, that's stupid. Like, not everybody can tolerate pure raw vegetables. Like, it's hard on some people's stomachs, but especially after surgery. Hey Ryan, thank you for joining the chat. I hope you're having a good night so far. I buy yellow mustard with horseradish. I buy it at Kroger. No ranch, oil, and vinegar rule. Darla, Darla, Darla. What are we going to do with you? I like my ranch on everything. I struggle with the veggies. Still to this day, I get so bloated with them. Yeah. Like they warned us not to eat vegetables unless it was like steam cooked or, soft veggies. Like on Thanksgiving, that's all I had. I had like butternut squash, like kind of mashed, and then I had mashed potatoes and gravy, and like green bean casserole, and that was really good without the hard onion parts on the top, which was my favorite part. But hi, Zinky, welcome to the chat. No dough, no butter. All right, where are my subscribers at now? I'm at 1,984. So I need 16, I think. That might happen overnight. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night, or I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just have 20 more. But sometimes I'll have like 2 or 3 more. So it just depends on the night. So I'm really hoping that I wake up in the morning and it says 2K. That'd be really exciting. Screw vegetables. I did try Mediterranean diet maybe last year for a long time, just a lot of salads and stuff, but it got boring really fast. It was tasty. I really enjoyed a lot of it, but it got boring really fast. And olive oil, like natural, real olive oil, is super expensive. It was hard to keep up with that diet. If you have a problem with digestion, raw veggies can cause your intestines to rupture because of gas buildup. Yeah. Like this guy I was talking to did not understand that. And I was telling him that. I'm like, I had weight loss surgery. Vegetables can cause all kinds of gas and bloating and cause problems. So that's why I don't eat them. But he kept trying to tell me, well, you need to eat your vegetables. And my mom's the same way. She's like, I can't understand that you don't eat vegetables. But I'm like, I have all the vitamins and minerals that I need. Like, this is a complete multivitamin that they gave us because they told us how important it is to get like a complete vitamin, which is what these are. So I get all the vitamins and minerals that I need through my supplements. But people are like trained that you have to have your vegetables. You have to have your vegetables. There's no other way to get nutrients except through your vegetables. It's like, that's not true. So that's why I'm okay sticking with mostly protein because I need the protein. The protein's part of my diet. Um, and that's really mostly what I can eat. I can't have carbs, I can't have vegetables, I'm not eating fruit because of the sugar. So what am I left with? Protein. Have you tried Doritos lasagna? No, I don't think I've even heard of that. But I bet it's pretty good though, maybe. I enjoy a nice wallop of mayonnaise. Oh yeah, when I'd make sandwiches, like a third of it would be mayonnaise. Like I love mayonnaise. But now if I do have mayonnaise, it's like with tuna or something, and it's just a little bit mixed in, not a whole lot. Where your dog? I don't know if you're asking me, but I don't have a dog. Eggs and beans no good for the scutters. My night's going pretty good. How's your night going? I hope you all are having a great one. Hi, Big T. Love you. A quick request. Can you quickly explain the known and unknown fathoms of the universe? Love you too, Mickey. And the known and unknown fathoms of the universe. God created everything in 6 days. There you go. Because the universe can't create itself, right? It had to have a creator. Don't worry, I'm not getting into a religious debate in here. I went 7 years without meat, then I went to a steakhouse. Sometimes I do toy with the idea of doing some vegan thing, but I don't know that I could do it. Like I'm thinking about doing a reaction video where I try like vegan burgers and stuff like that, just to see what it's like, if it tastes good, whatever. I might be more nutritious, but I don't know. 'Cause I got some vegetarian and vegan friends. I can't eat whole eggs anymore. The yolk makes me gag. I hear 4 liters of water a day is good for the fat. How many ounces is in a liter? Do you know that? Because I'm drinking 75 ounces a day, so I don't know how many liters that is. I need a mass amount of vitamin B12. I'm lacking severely in B12. If you have any tips and tricks, please help. Let's see. All right, so bariatric fusion, even though you didn't have weight loss surgery that I know of, this has 5,833% of your daily value of vitamin B. So if you get these bariatric fusion chews, they're like chalky like Tums. I'll put it better in the camera here. They have 5,833% of your daily value needed of vitamin B12. So I would recommend these. Maybe there's other vitamins in the store. Hi, April. Good to see you. Thanks for joining our chat. Get a pet, you'll never eat a full meal again. I go over to my buddy's house, and he has 2 dogs, and that's true. They'll sit there and give you the puppy eyes because they know it works, and you end up giving half your meal to them. Fringe metavius? I don't know what that is. I know a guy who died from lack of vitamin B12. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, Zinky, there was a lot of vitamin B12 in this thing. It's 140 mcg, whatever that means. Micrograms, I guess, maybe. But percent of daily value, it says 5,833%. So these were only like $30 for a big thing of this. So I don't know if I can get it better in the camera here. Bariatric fusion. I mean, it's more for gastric bypass and sleep patients, but I'm sure you could take them too. Like, it's just vitamins and minerals. I tried to go vegan for 1 week, made a lentil soup, didn't work. I kept adding meat to it. That's funny, Andrea. I don't think I could go vegan for too long. It's being chilling into your system. It dissolves your vitamin D. It solves your vitamin B12 problems. I know this because my uncle suffered from the same problem. I love slapping his arms and watching them turn pink. Ugh. I guess I don't have a vitamin 12 problem. Although I just woke up from a 2-hour nap, felt amazing. I got at least 12 more subs after your shout out. Sorry, 14. I'm glad it's working out for you. Remember, $500 per sub. I'll send you a bill. No, but that video you posted today, like, that was beautiful scenery. I'm going to have to come visit you guys sometime. I've always wanted to visit Alaska. but I won't be coming in the wintertime. I mean, it looked like it was warm out because the way the sun was shining, and we don't get a lot of the sun here in Michigan. But it was probably in the negatives at your house, I'm sure, today when you made that video. You guys looked like you're freezing. Other than the both of you, it looked like it wasn't too bad of a day temperature wise. I take a B12 shot monthly. Yeah, you could probably go to your doctor too. Like they have vitamin D12 shots, and if you go see her once a month, just ask for a B12 shot. We feel lucky living here. It was 28 today. That's not too bad, 28. Did you feel that 8.2, I think it was, earthquake? Like, did you feel it, or were you just getting warnings about the tsunami? All right, shifting again. Ow. Yeah, there's plenty of ways to get your B12. Maybe just talk to your doctor about it. Maybe go to like a Rite Aid or a Walgreens and talk to the, you know, pharmacist. I'm sure they can assist you as well. I'm in Davison, Michigan, which is just east of Flint, in a nicer area, not the bad area of Flint. It jolted us awake, knew right away we had to leave. Oh, wow. I've been through almost every kind of weather because I lived in the south, I lived in the north, so I've been through hurricanes, I've been through tornadoes, I've been through blizzards, I've been through them all, but I've always wanted to experience an earthquake. I don't know why. I'm sure it's scary and terrifying, but yeah, that's good that the tsunami didn't do anything. So you're probably pretty close to a fault line then. Either that or the shock waves just really spread. Were you close to the epicenter of it? Up bum bum. What does that mean? I haven't heard of the Dunlap syndrome. Are you asking me? Cammy from TLC is a peanut. That's for sure. I love consuming bigness amounts of custard daily. At an average, consume 7 custards a day, and that could be a problem that causes my lack. You should really check that out, man. You should really get help for that. Custard is good. I like me some custard, especially in donuts or something, but start cutting that down and maybe you'll have some because it's going to catch up to you, which is what we've been talking about on my channel. Like it's going to catch up to you. I live in the south, cold one day, hot the next, and tornadoes just for fun. I know it's been a crazy winter for severe weather down south because it we haven't really had a lot of cold weather, so it's been kind of springy in terms of severe thunderstorms. Well, I mean that's your decision, man, but you can stop. Just stop buying it. So just another quick reminder, I kind of post it every time we have a live. I do have 4 links in my about section. There's a link to my PayPal. So some of you asked to financially support the channel, so I created a means for you to do that. If you don't like PayPal, I am thinking about creating a Cash App, so just let me know if you prefer donating a different way. You can also send a super chat. There's a link to my Facebook page if you want to join the Facebook page. I post my videos over there. I don't always remember to do that. I don't know if I posted today's video over there or not, but I try to post my videos over there as well. We do have an email now, so you can reach out to me on my email. It's bigtbariatric@gmail.com. So if there's something you want me to react to, just send me a YouTube link and I'll do my best to add it to the schedule and do that. If you just want to have a discussion with me, send me a recipe, you want to talk about some things, get some advice or whatever, you can shoot me over an email. We also have a Discord channel, so that link is also in the About section. And so you can really join our community. We have over 40 people now in our Discord. And so we talk about all sorts of things from diet to exercise, accountability. We offer support to one another, and there's games and music and all other kinds of stuff in there. There's places for mental health. So if you're feeling lonely, you need to rant, whatever, we have places for you to do that there in our Discord. So we're trying to build a community of people that love and support one another. So there are many ways to join our community to support the channel. Also, leave likes and comments on the video, share the videos that I post and stuff like that. So it's all great. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given so far. Epicenter around 130 miles away, if I remember. Oof. My principal, Miss Johnson, broke her cankles in school. Okay. I'm pretty addicted to bran flakes right now. I have to eat it to get it off my mind. That's the thing about addiction. I mean, it's tough, but you can overcome it. Like, once you go a little bit of time without eating it, you sort of drop that addiction from your cycle. Like, it's much easier to overcome. You might still crave it from time to time, but it's not worth hurting your health. Like, there will be consequences. Like, you can die from a lack of vitamin B12. So if you think it's impacting your vitamins and minerals, like, the custard's not worth it. I've recently been diagnosed with dyslexia, and now I always need someone to help me in class. I'm sorry to hear that, Ryan. Maybe you should speak to your counselor or something. They have ways of helping you overcome dyslexia and different ways of training kids and stuff for people who have dyslexia. Legalize anabolic steroids. Why do you want to legalize them? This has become my favorite YouTube community. Thanks, Darla. I really appreciate that. We're still growing. We're still small, but you have any advice for meat curtains? I don't know what a meat curtain is. Where did the 11 billion crabs go? I have no idea. Probably to Japan. My latest addiction is high-end perfume, and it's only bad for my chicken count. Well, then maybe I should create a high-end perfume, and then, you can buy it from me. How about that? All right, I'm at 1,986 subscribers, so we are 14 away from 2,000. I might just hit that tonight. $11 billion crabs. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. They could have moved. They could have been fished. Unless it's some joke or something that I'm not getting. Yeah, maybe we'll put a section in our Discord for the perfume support group. Hmm. Yeah, there's not much going on here, guys. I'm starting to wind down, I think. There were 11 billion crabs in Antarctica, and now they're all gone all of a sudden. It's very concerning. Alright, so it wasn't Antarctica, it was Alaska. This was back in October. Scientists are still trying to understand the mystery that has shut down a major fishing industry, but they have theories. Alaskan snow crab. Alaska has announced it has canceled the entire snow crab harvest for the year. The reason nearly 11 billion crabs had suddenly disappeared from the Bering Sea. Hmm, that's very weird. Experts agree that global warming likely played a role in the crab's vanishment, but they are still trying to figure out the details of how. That's very interesting. I never even heard about this. It might have had something to do with the water temperature or something. They just moved out of the area, I'm guessing. Maybe some predator had a feast day. Who knows? Good night, Darla. Have a great night. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you soon. The best weight loss was to lay on your back and splash in about 3 inches of water. I do that every day. But that's not exercise, though. That's just fun. The snow crabs problem have become a tragedy in Romania. The scientist's name is Bend Over, and a few species of crabs were huge anus variant. So you were setting me up for a joke, huh? Well, at least it gave me something to talk about. So what's everybody's plans for tomorrow? Anything going on? Good night, Andrea. Have a great night. Glad to have you with us tonight, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I'm really losing steam, getting tired, and a lot of you are leaving as well. So I think I'll end it right here. Thank you very much for everybody who has joined our chat tonight. We will definitely have more of these. I'm glad for every single one of you who joined us tonight, contributed to our discussions, and had some fun. So I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you back here next time. Sleep well. God bless. See you next time.